Oh my days, ladies and gentlemen, we are back live. Things are tense, it's really hot where I'm at. I'm not sure what to do, but yeah, I'm just gonna try to make a dub stream. It's been a while since I've been away. What has changed or something about my return, let me try to remember what the title was about. The shocking truth about my return. Bullshit. There's nothing shocking about it. You just have to click like, subscribe, and let's get back into that shit. But for today, I'm just going to do something quick, something light. I'm not sure if quick is going to be the word for the stream. Sound check. Sound check. Yeah. The sound is cleared. The sound is cleared. So, hmm, what to react to today? The Guinness World Record. Hmm. Should I react to the Clover Boys? Those niggas are too up. Those niggas are way, way up for my liking, I have to say. Different kinds of levels, different kinds of levels, different kinds of levels.
Welcome to the wonderful world of animation. Animation involves inspiration,
Okay, everything sounds cool. So we're going to react to Pradons real quick and just see if it's really back like that, because it's been a while, but the animation has changed. Help your animation.
Oh, but the stupid Japan. I'm about to do.
Oh my god, it's been a while. I don't want to stupid it.
Oh, but the stupid Japan. I'm about to let go. The two with the grenade that's outcut.
Oh, Pradons is back. The most funny shit is that we always compare a grenade to an avocado in South Africa. We're like, if you can only get an avocado and throw it to a FG or Fidelity, something that transports money, or if you want to imitate a heist, something like oh, Pradons.
Excuse me. Should we pause the movie so that you can finish your stupid podcast?
Oh.
Mala.
Se wa di-eyebrows tša go thediwa ka foshona
Yay.
o nreketse ticket
No, mara ka se
e focusa mo di-eyebrows tše tšago di ka re di le ka go tšhabela sefatlhego wena o mo mara di-eyebrows tšago di ka kua tlabega
Shebathong.
sis motlogolo can you believe
Wait, don't make me out. You brought this to yourself. Straight.
this
This man
metlholo e
is
rata
sleeping.
batho motlogolo I hope o roragile pakete because there's no way that you are sleeping tsoga wena manto bloody fool
Hey, lemon.
le lapela la go thuntšha le kae tlogela go popoduwa
Ah, o thunya ka re la pula.
ko go bone gore o robetse o nekile go flata the entire southern hemisphere ka ditete tse jago ebe ke sa robala malome I was just performing involuntary ocular suspension
Oh,
and passive
damn,
auditory
damn.
processing
Oh.
eng
Oh, what kind of English is that? Involuntary what? Nah, come on, no. O ka sa re betse ka English e bjalo. Just like
entire
that.
southern hemisphere ka ditete tse jago ebe ke sa robala malome I was just performing involuntary ocular suspension and passive auditory processing
Aye.
e menagana ntodeo it means you should have paid more attention in grade 6 bona ga le bjano šile ke syllabus do you have any idea what I had to do on ke the ticket check ile ka tshwanela ke go rekisha both of my livers
Aye,
and wena o di
bonale.
gore kgama ka ditete ga o na appreciative wena hey a o bonele moreki
When o sacrifice the liver tsa tse pedi. Do we have two livers? I don't understand. Mara bradons our.
yeah man you have only one liver
Exactly.
that's not the point na baby ke rata action o dirile ga no actor ka can plug le life support ka wading ya bana gore ke charge phone ya ne gore ke dio tša phofolo ya maboya ka yepesha dikobo ka itsentša cinema yona dia e betha top lesson learned mara it's not
Hey,
that
bye.
deep malome no man when the last 6 months bo ka re o le MPC nyana so a ke re wako now you are just inventing things to complain about what about lenyalo la motswalago o spendile the entire reception o le ka bathroom wa ba lebala le go flasha and had the entire venue smelling like number 3 whoa number 3 ke fe bjalo wena botsa nna ai o dramatiki malome nna ke tlo criticize ke motho wa dinko tša go expire ka apartheid
Oh,
what about nako e le re ile brian ya mamodiba wa bea vorso godimo ga bry standing ya tswa bry standing e le bill
Mamudi banana try. Oh,
ile re sele ko ja sa
Mamudiba. Oh my God, it's been a very long time.
sa bona se because
Nanaka. Hey, it's taking me life crisis in Chad. Like, I'm also going through such a situation, I have to say. Guri, I'm not depressed. I'm just going through it.
no go a phone theleditše mona really
Goreng?
motlogolo don't make me crash out you go make me crash out
Sheva. Pradance is a certified crash out to these days, guys.
that's it
That's it.
ba o loile wena first thing in the morning ro bona kokona piadi a ke tlo negotiate le madimoni
Piadi, no.
a re di wa gae malome
Oh, my.
Fumani bo.
Oh.
siavo
Moshimanyano ga loiwa.
a ke re wa kwa malome ke go boditse gore you are jumping into conclusion let her cook motlogolo ra lende
Let her cook.
Ga loiwa ne.
Inside.
O ne bothatanyana ba monagano.
Oh.
Ntwa go swana le depression.
depression
Fumani bo.
That's
Ah,
true.
ah,
But if Vumani, they are like, hell no. Oh, nah, my sister. Tell us something bad. Tell me else. Hey, this guy's a legend. What if Vumani
Depression.
depression
Fumani bo.
ai na a re vumi mo ya hey ora depression ya America malome is this your chef e be ke sa tsebe go tlo bja ka maoto motlogolo
In Albion, no matter where you
No
go
way.
or what you do, your mouth will accompany you on your journey. Perhaps you'll pick
ene wa bona maoto a lesere ke aletas food the slides tša modimo
No, when
Go
the
mo le wena. Nuku depression e kgona go swara mang le mang. Nko o mpotse mo nkile wa leka counseling ngwanaka
Counseling. Sesiwe, re tlile mo go tlo evicta ledimoni le le beng ka mo gare ga motho. Mo tlo go lefa safe space.
But the counseling, it's often the demon a safe space. Pradansi.
jaaka re te go fonele nomoro e ba tlo go fa thuso e le gore wa e tlhoka receptionist ya ka e tla thusa ka invoice ge le
Another receptionist, me ausi.
What? Oh, ke a go bona wena. O scammatist ka botse. O le kutsibela wena. Gobane ge nko botse ba taba jago. E bo tlo tseba ga counseling ke a basadi. E bo tlo tseba re monna ke nku lela teng.
tlhokomela molomo wa gago dons tlapi e re e tanya ka molomo e se go ka mosela
But just because your face is not easy on the eye, I mean,
Pradansi. Just because your face is not easy on the eye. Ochori ka uthaba ne.
go antshosha. Na go go thabi na piane.
o reng
O nkwele ke re you're chopped.
skanta
Pradansi is trending in fact.
ya dons ke tla go gobatsa
O tla ngobatsa ka eng na piane?
The nerve, the powers, the cause. Ow,
Affirmation.
a monaga wa itekanela fo seng ka go dira go sone sha
E be mo.
a monaga wa itekanela
Come on, consider.
Enuku.
Mashaba. Mfethu, ubhizi yobhafara lapho. Uzodlala or kanjani?
Oh, le ka no dlala. Vandag, e rekile spereleng what's left of your manhood.
Ukraine ntwana. Phela wena kulamalanga ntwana unokuhlala ngathi unamarwayi nyana. Khambani ngawo ke?
Ma, nna nna ke grab. Marwai shale kwa alwa le moya.
1, 2, 1.
O ska bolela godimo.
1, 2, left, right.
Difakanyana tjela gape ke deko. Belt on a hot plate of pap and steroids. I can take him. Nga do butse tja moya nyana mo maoto. He'll be on a disability grant by tomorrow.
Oh, I know.
1,
Hey,
Okay.
2,
What?
1, 2, 1, 2.
ga botse di ntshang ka ena mothakodi.
Awazi?
You don't know.
Mfana zile zamshiya wangena boma institution. Sinzabuyile. Athuloyiwe kahle kahle. Siyakhukha insimbi waya. Nuku. Enhle kenzakalani ngawo?
Man, tswang ditabeng tsa noko guys. Dintshanga ndi.
It's like ingqondo yakhe ithe short left wena wasala la.
Ish,
Tell us boy. We listen,
we don't
die.
Suka.
wa tseba re keng? A ke tsebe mfethu. All I know gore life is not life here.
Yeah.
These days I've been feeling off-nyana. A ke tsebe gore ke tla re di ntsha. Entle ke. I think ke na le depression, yes.
Hey, who's that name? Some things you don't talk about. Some things you just leave it deep.
Ke bana stase se bathalo tsa magowa be.
Yabona into elandelayo. Uzobe sekasitshela ukuthi kanqanya boma jumpy bunging nalezi zinto zokuwe.
Asizoshiwa jumpy bunging.
Oyini boma skydivers.
Oh, athoma go bya di aircon mo negative 2000 degrees Celsius. Jetsi ke a dlala. Bana. Na depression.
Okay.
Ke monna. Nangindoda madodi.
It's just a phase boy. Wonke umuntu unokudumala sometimes. Phela wena umakasana ngithi again. Phela
Yeah, and when you're from the hood, you don't get some things like this, because when you're from the hood, you're born immune to depression, you're born immune to bad things happening to you. Like if you're from a caste, it doesn't mean that
mane asizenzi lezi zinto lana phela manje mane. Relax.
Naka tseba unyaka. Mogolo womi.
Who need a birth?
and then instead of helping out, they don't substitute alcohol or some substances, to deal with the situation. We will help you in a very good way. We won't do bad things. Kwa maga. Hey, hey, there's nothing a good beer and music can't fix, right? It's been like that for many years, just get beer and good music and then everything is suddenly okay.
Chanas, I will write, man. I'm not depressed. I just needed spinza.
Don't put that spinza fair.
Hey wena, vuka. Igate lama kuyona i-Airbnb yakho. Phuma la sidididi.
Hey, quit that yipping. I wonder if it's no one wants to wake up to a Zulu rock in Rasedi TV.
Ubiza bani Zulu lock.
They're on par.
O le kae mabane boshigo a ka go botsa go clean ntwe sis man bona re room e bjang o ka re ke tsene ka ga di headquarters tsa Alostro sorry malome e be ke sele homola o busy wa TikTok mo o di bana di formule Burj Khalifa ka kwa kitchen le la bashimanyana ba matsetsa. You are lazy and softer than mareo emelela mo o clean.
This doesn't reflect the situation I'm currently facing right now. It really doesn't. I don't relate to this video.
Ne gale bjang wa tseba malome babi intutse mogolo e re ke blomenyana nna ke se felo man he ke tsoga mo ke no go kwa mongwa se sepe o mpata at the back of my nostrils from kwa gate.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is based.
Ish. Hello, mchana.
Soshalami, unjani boy?
Mina ke bethe ke baba leze ngwe.
Wekela ngithi ukuthi sihlamahlama sikhishwa ngani? Mobhuzi baba. Cha bantwana sisanyama, khona inyama yoswaya, ushinamba, utshwala bulingene for ukuthi udelete wonke ama emotions. Zwakala man boy. Nuku, usasekhona?
What's barking? Ke go humana the drinks tse wo di fotsi line mo. Ex op depart.
Danki ntwana yami.
Wena futhi.
Eshtompo. Fanda ga ke nana kwa go ka timing here.
So this video has taken a very dark turn, It started really fun and basically covered my entire life in one. In how many minutes? Was it 5? That's really sad. That's really sad.
I'm fit.
Wemvan, you can't keep doing this to yourself.
There you are. What's about the petty neighborhood? Take am guy na kinyaka low and you bloody nonsense.
Relax, madam. Trouble mama you conquer my order, you would notice.
When I don't put your water the story still he's going through what? He's about to go through the face chain. Hey, I can see I am clean and clean.
Ikabanguti, une depression.
I can walk over like a depression. Motubali depression, if you're frigid, the usually Wi-Fi is strong.
If depression is a I've been in a similar position.
Aibo, upambene if you come out to ban loyal father now.
Abang tagatang. Bega. Yazi kunzima ukwamukela ukuthi une depression. Kodwa ngithembe kunzima mangakwazi ukwamukela. Nami ngaqala kanjalo, ngizizwa ngilahla ithemba. Ngilala kakhulu, nginganisenendaba nezinto engizithandayo. Ngavele ngadideka ngahlangana ngangena ukugologo kwabhetha ukuthi ngangena mental health care facility.
Hey, what's about nnete motlogole? Le nna mo bophelong ba ka there's been many times maybe o re be ke feel the way feeling ka gona motlogole. mara nna re godisitswe ba re monna ke nku llela teng
umpeto loyo wona ke muthu naye uyakudinga ukweseka nami
Yes, who fucking said a big man don't cry? Huh? Like, who fucking decided that a big man don't cry? Now, our face.
ukweseka wangisiza kakhulu ekugcineni ngathola izindlela eziphilayo zokubhekana nezinkinga njengokuzivoqavoqa nuku kufanele ukhulume nomuntu mayelana nempilo yakho yengqondo
wa tseba re keng o right ke nagana it's
This
time
man
to
is
figure something
funny,
about my
cat,
situation
Oh,
malome o na le airtime mo wa tseba Thompo wa makaja ga di go na le motho ka mo
Thompo.
nna gape nako e ka moka ke re do ba dinama godimo ga marapo
I can't insult you.
hayi man yini manje le
We're talking
I
about
can explain. Let me explain.
No, it's
I
you.
can explain. I can. Oh, yo!
Yeah. The legend has returned, you know. The legend has returned. Tariq. What up, boys? What up, Tariq? That was a very, very good video from Mr. Rams Comics. I haven't seen this one, I have to say. The struggles of SA youth.
Today's top story.
South Africa.
Mysterious floating chips are sweeping across South Africa. Eyewitnesses
Haven't
report
seen them.
sightings of large
What up, Tariq?
Hey, Lena, tshele tša mmo re na le bothata bo bogolo
Ke bothata ba eng?
ke hweditše lengwalo la go tswa bankeng ntlo ye e kolota nto nngwe
What?
I think
le
I've
rengwe
seen this one.
go bonagala gore ntlo e na le dikgwedi sa patelo
I
Hey,
think I've seen
ntlo e na le bond.
o reng botse ga botse o kgona jwang go iphala ka botlaela
Tabe ke fault ya malome crop top ka mo. Ever since I fit up, dilo di fetogile a chaotic blend of pop and movite. Wena ga le ko go bona gore o alumnus ya kwa University of the
I think I've
o lebetse
seen this one. I think with Rams Comics, you know. Mm. So that was one of the best animators in South Africa, I have to say. The Big Bang Theory, Kukash, CR7, Saudi Pro League, Erling Haaland, Man Rat okay. It's bullshit all over bullshit. Everything is bullshit, I have to say. But Deku versus Shigaraki, that's quite a very fun video. Kaizer Chiefs versus Orbit College. This was one of the greatest videos. Do I have to react to this? It looks fun, though, I have to say.
It is again week. Well, all centers.
Boys really had a very wonderful performance, I have to say. Like, Mfunda Vilakazi is.
Mr. Zanzega waits for the signal, and away we go. It's game week 11, the Betway Premiership. Amakosi, Kaizer Chiefs, the team placed in fourth.
Kaizer Chiefs
face
versus
Orbit
College.
College, who are in 11th position at the moment. It's the very first meeting between these two sides. The kings of South African football, historically speaking, Kaizer Chiefs against
the kings,
the babies, the newborns, to this level of the game.
Actually.
Now, Shabalala goes wide here now.
She's
showing good intent here. Could be a real chance here. Just a good defending there. Orbit College get it underway. Now they've got some defending of their own to do here. To Kaizer Chiefs. Bradley cross. In fact, that's Aiden McCaffrey that intervenes there. Mfunda Vilakazi gets corner in. Could be a chance to fire in a shot. Zeta Quinika. In fact, the top of that attempted something, but didn't look all too convinced himself when the way he stood over that one. Kind of just swung boot at it. And in the end, no problems at all for Sabelo Nkomo. They are a team that can play. They like to play as well. And Brandon Peterson gets down to make the good early save, and that will boost his confidence.
If I had to choose between, what the heck was that? Pause.
No doubt. Not that he needs to boost his confidence. I tell you, Brandon Peterson is the mark of a man rejuvenated, a man
I don't
reborn.
trust William.
So an early test there for Peterson. Good running here from Munyani with a cutback and a touch.
This boy makes everything possible.
So an early test there for Peterson. Good running here from Munyani with a cutback and a touch. Goal!
3 seconds in and they're already in.
What a start! Excellent work from Thabiso Munyani.
I wouldn't say we are back, Kintan. I wouldn't say that, Kintan. I wouldn't say we are back. I'm still scared.
Chase that one down and put in the.
If we have Mfundo Vilalas on the pitch, everything is fine. He is here. It's fine. Go on.
Cutback.
He's here.
And they are
Like, that is very
here.
good.
What a well-worked goal.
Beautiful
the
goal
boy needed
indeed for Kaizer Chiefs. Very well worked,
And
using the player's strength. Munyani, you expect for him to be one of those defenders, a
Because right
wing
now
back
he's
that
the
is
leader
always
of
high
the
up.
Is that you, Tariq? My Wi-Fi is really ass. Long time no see, boys, and long time no see. 8 years for this. I haven't seen Kaizer Chiefs. I haven't watched Kaizer Chiefs in 8 years. That's a very long time. That's a pretty long time. I thought you quit. Nah, boys, and I've been hella lazy lately. You know, if my this is tiring, but bro, the Blue Lock chapter 32, 323 and 324. Make a video about it. I'm not sure if I'm going to discuss Isagi's creed because Isagi has to stop, you know. But I was also waiting for the chapter really soon. I'm not sure if it's coming out anytime soon, but Blue Lock has been Blue Locking as of late. But One Piece, it seems like the flashback is over. It finally seems like the flashback is over, ladies and gentlemen, and I have to address how happy I am, you know, because now everything is in order. I'm not sure if everyone has the same feeling, you know, but with the end of the flashback in One Piece, I feel like we are ready to move to bigger things, you know, because we know the threat that we are facing right now. If Rocks was never ready, do we think the Straw Hat Pirates are ready? Do you think like 3 conquerors are? I don't think so. I still think we have to see why Rayleigh and Kapan are going back for Roger. Yeah. Roger is going to be passed out, you know, but I'm sure that it's going to be like that. Maybe they're going to be passed out. Will they witness Imu once again, you know? But it seems like Imu is leaving or something like that, you know. So Rayleigh and Kapan going back as, but it seems like it's over. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. But what can they even do, dog? But L to the Rocks Pirates, I have to say, you know, I thought they stood with their captain till the end. But once Rocks got Domi reversed, everybody got out of there. everybody was like bounce, which was quite sad to see. I thought the crew was a bit tighter and a bit more loving, more than the perspective that we got from Sengoku, but it doesn't seem like they were ready to back up Rocks till the very end. So it's going to be very scary going forward with Teach. And can everybody stay off Teach? Play FIFA? I can't play FIFA, but every time I play FIFA, the stream gets copyrighted. The stream gets copyrighted. So let's see what the One Piece community is on. We're going to check the One Piece community, and then for Tariq, we're going to check the Blue Lock. But I'm sure that in Blue Lock, there's nothing much that's happening so far right now. So if you're just popping onto the stream, join the chat. Come on, join the chat. So what are people in the One Piece community talking about? How did you get that from just Whitebeard and Kaido going to help Whitebeard just once? Like these guys were like, are we in your way? And then they leave. Come on, dog. You can't leave a captain like that. You mean Rocks? Oh, yeah, like you can't do that, dog. Like imagine you had to have Roger and Gab to clean up after the mess of the Rocks Pirates. What's up, G? I'm really calm, So it wasn't a very good display that you had to have people outside of the crew deal with the captain himself. Like, how can you leave the man like that? It doesn't make sense at all. But they did it anyways, so it's really, really unbecoming of them. It's really scary, I have to say. It was really scary seeing them like that. They couldn't just leave our Rocks like that. They can't. Come on. So this is how things went, from us being really hyped with God Valley, to loving the man who was Rocks. And I really thought it was going to be terrible, I really thought it was going to be bad, but now everything seems kind of cool. Things seems to have settled down really well. They made it clear that the Rocks Pirates didn't like Rocks being above them, even though maybe Whitebeard did respect him. Remember how Rocks got his crew? Yeah, I do remember how Rocks got his crew, But even though, Rocks wasn't Rocks anymore. He wasn't Rocks anymore. And them leaving him like that is just way too easy, dog. It is way too easy because now, okay, I thought it was understandable how Whitebeard got this scar, but how do you explain the scar that Whitebeard has now? How do you explain Whitebeard's scar if he just bounced? I thought he was going to stay there with Gap and Roger and fight a bit, and then Garling would wake up and fight against him. But how do you explain Whitebeard's scar? It doesn't make sense. So everything that has transpired as of lately, it doesn't show any good. It doesn't give me. I think they said Whitebeard got his scar from Roger. I'm not sure if it's Roger. Okay, because he just said that face of yours makes my scar ache. He didn't say who was it exactly. But really, dog, they couldn't just leave him like that. Like the the Rocks Pirates are disbanded. Who said that? It's not your crew to begin with. And a Viva card or some extra material. I'm not sure. I won't lie. I'm really not sure. I'll make it back for sure. They gotta be related. No, maybe cousins. The resemblance is uncanny. they are a bit similar. They really are. But this was a very shocking moment, you know. This was a very shocking moment. One Piece 65, people think this is the end of the flashback, but in reality, they forgot the real reason for the flashback. What? We still have to learn about the king of Elbaf. Oh my god. How long are we going to stay in this flashback, ladies and gentlemen? Because I've heard it, I won't lie. So, are we going to get a reaction? Okay, there won't be any reaction and to the bottom. Oh my god. So, what will happen in the upcoming chapter? Are we going to King Harold's 10? You know, you have 3 minutes to explain. Loki, you were given just 3 minutes. 3 chapters per minute. You know, not even 3 chapters, 1 chapter per minute. We just gave you 3 minutes. You know, you just had to tell us about the castle 14 years ago. If you are truly considering yourself a warrior of Elbaf, swear on our gods that what you are saying is the truth. Nah, dog. We still have to find out about the king of Elbaf. So that is something that's scary, I have to say. Who else think Luffy is going to fight Domi Reverse Loki in Elbaf? No, Domi Reverse Loki is not happening. I'm sorry, but Loki, we are not losing Loki in this generation. We can't lose this, man. It's not happening. You know, some people are not going to be lost. Hey, is Newgate around? I wanna drink with him. He just left. Ma, ha ha ha. Why didn't really come, that bastard? Oh my god. Nah, the One Piece community is really calm. It's really sad that there's not much about rocks anywhere. You know, I feel like people are not talking about it enough. I just hope Oda is not disappointed in a way. Oh, this mouse. This mouse of mine is going to be the end of me. So how strong is current Luffy's haki compared to Imu? Okay, so there's Luffy, there's Shanks, and then there's Imu. You know, so Luffy has still got 2 steps until reaching Imu. So stop it, you're cracking us up, you know. So the Sun God Nika is not going to be that funny, I think, because things are going to get way, way more drastic. There's no time to get funny about anything. Nika symbol on Ace's dagger. I'm not even sure. Ace had no connection to Nika. As we are concerned, you know, Domi, Reverse. I think Imu really shifted the dynamics of the story, and then everything has been out of order ever since then. Nothing much from the anime community, I have to say. Things are a bit calm. So Kagurabachi, nothing. Kagurabashi is really calm. It's really, really okay. And ladies and gentlemen, now to a topic that deserved a video on its own. You know, because This seems to be one of the darkest 10 in One Piece. Because people are really excited about Kuma saving Aris and Teach, and yet we lack to see the smallest details in the chapter. As you can see, there are two pops, or there are two bubbles, like, what happens when Kuma uses his devil fruit. There are two pops, like poof poof. So here we have to understand that Kuma is still learning more about his devil fruit. Kuma hasn't mastered his devil fruit. Yo, I don't know if you remember me, but sorry I couldn't come for most streams. Reggie, I still remember you, boys. I still remember you. So this is one of the. How have you been? Though? How have you been? So this has been one of the darkest things I've noticed in One Piece, because when I saw this panel, I was like, oh, did Kuma separate Aris and Teach just like that? Because from where I stand, looking at this panel, it looks like Kuma sent Teach and his mom to different islands. These two bubbles really give me the type of feeling whereby Teach's mom is looking all over the world for a kid and she doesn't find him, But this is a very, very big possibility because Teach considers himself an orphan. I have to go again. See you again. Nah, no stress, please. So Kuma is an orphan. Not even Kuma, but Teach considers himself an orphan. So in this panel, in this panel alone, it seems like the dark fate of the Davy has begun. Because there is no way that he was able to send them into the same island. No way. Poof, poof. If it was just poof, and then I don't think so. I think Aries raised Blackbeard the way that he is. But dog, look at the panel. It is a possibility, you have to say. It is possible that it happened that Kuma sent them in different into different islands. I'm not sure, but I'm sure we're going to get into Teach more soon. But it's just a theory, it's just out there that Kuma might have not saved, but saved Teach. We will get to see. But it was just, oh my god. And then the panel of the week. Panel of the year. Panel of the decade. So you get to see Dragon threatening his superior. I think you said something like that. I'm not sure if it was you. But it is quite interesting to see Dragon just pull the same card as Gab. He was like, you know what? If you don't save those civilians, you guys are going to die right here. This captain is dead, So it's really nice. Because think about it. Ares knew what Rex was planning, and she knew that Zipek wasn't ready to fight Imu. So where else would Teach get the ambition to go after the world? Imu is not from Ares. Imu knew, oh my days. So if Ares was the one who raised Teach to be like this, I think it was a very good job from the mother. If Aries is the reason why Teach is like this, we have to thank Aries more. It is underrated the amount of respect we give to Aries. It is really much. In fact, it is unprecedented. It's really scary. Nah, but everything is really. Ladies and gentlemen, so do you think we're going to get the same fate? Do you think someone in the pirate side is going to get Domi Reversid again? Because I don't think like the threats of Domi Reversid were passed down to the generation like that, I hope Teach knows about Domi Reversid. I hope Teach knows about this Domi Reversid thing. But this is quite a spectacle, because things turned way too quick. Like everything was anticipated that Rocks might have got Demi Seed. It was quite a very big spoiler from Oda himself, But mm, he just looks majestic. I'm not sure if I'm the only one getting satisfaction. Also, remember how Teach was begging to join specifically Whitebeard's crew. Ares probably knew that Teach needed to get on either Whitebeard, Kaido, or Shiki's crew and start there. It might have been a possibility, but the fact that Ares wanted Teach to leave in such an early age, it doesn't seem likely, because from me, I really feel like Ares would have been very, very much worried about Teach going out to the ocean that early, because she would have maybe wanted to protect him. He's not ready at that age. He was not ready at that age, unless Ares was there on that island too, But like we are yet to go back to Teach. Like we really need to go back to Teach, So when it comes to Ares, if Ares is still alive, things are going to be really, really fun, because it might have been that she hasn't met Teach until this incident, or she raised Teach. Many possibilities. Like this is what I love about One Piece. Like One Piece leaves room for a lot of things to happen in a very short space of time. In a very short space. Oh my god. Why did Teach want the yummy fruit exactly? Specifically, Ares probably knew that the yummy fruit was one of the fruits Zipek wanted. I'm not saying my theory is gospel, but it's worth considering. Maybe Ares was dying when Blackbeard went to join a crew. Mm, it might be possible. If you put it like that, she might be like, you need to move on. Like, you need to focus on the goal, the promise. But it would be insane that Rock's Dizzyback had a pillow talk about all of this. That Ares knew about all of this through a pillow talk. That is insane. So you have to give Rocks some credit when it comes to that. So when it comes to Teach, I do agree that he really is. I think he's ready by now. Teach is ready. The only thing that is missing, I think, is Loki and the Giants. That's it. I'm not even sure that he knows about the Galilei, but the fact that he wanted the Yami Yami no Mi that badly, dog. Like Teach knew that this fruit is fated to be mine. So it makes sense that Zebek would want that devil fruit if he knew that it has the ability to cancel out other devil fruits. So we underestimated the Yami no Mi. We were like, okay, it doesn't matter if you are fighting against Shanks or someone who is Hake only, but when you look at the main threat, which is him, you're like, okay, maybe the Yami Yami no Mi was really that important. It was really important, I have to say. So I feel like Luffy has the other devil fruit. It can't be Loki who had the forbidden fruit from Elbaf. Because there must be a reason why Hydrogen worships Loki. But Hydrogen is sure that Loki ate a devil fruit. It is 163 or 1164 when Ares says, "So you failed, then Zebek," or something like that. Ares knew Zebek's plan. Dog. She was like, "So you lost. I'm sorry that we are the ones who forced you into this fight while you weren't ready." They were never ready. To think we were so sure that this pirate crew was it, but they weren't ready at all. So it's just a very complicating situation when it comes to the Rocks Pirates. So Aries really knew everything, and she knew the importance of the David clan. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's really crazy. It's really crazy. And the fact that Aries has the will to do this, but I'm not sure where we're going to go after this. But Teach has everything to lose at this point. Teach is the only character that stands to lose everything in One Piece. I see when it comes to Joy Boy, it's inherited will, whatever. But when it comes to Teach, oh my god. So if Aries did a very good job, that's something to be applauded. But Teach's crew needs to show to us that they are the ones to count on. But look at Rocks. Look at Rocks in this panel. I'm not sure if Rocks is smiling and crying at the same time, or he's just crying. Like, this is the type of Rocks I never thought I would see. It's just really sad. So the Blackbeard pirates need to survive this somehow. I think Oda will never make a fight during Clear Day. He will. He has done that before. How Roger was a battle genius. Roger just he understood fights and the end of God. So Makino's kid. We have to talk about Makino's kid at this point, because my problem with Teach is that his top guys are weak. Shiryu and Strong Arm, they're very weak. Yeah, it's really scary when it comes to the Blackbeard pirates. It's really, really scary. So I really hope that Teach gets to form what's this? Alliances. He really needs some alliances. But Burgos, what's his name? Was it Burgos Jesus or something like that? He was beaten by. What do you mean, Roger? What do you think Roger meant by mass? It's been on my mind. Okay, so I think it's just about the amount of haki you have and the amount of haki you are willing to give. Do you remember when Zoro was like, you know what? I cannot continue emitting this much haki. I'm going to die. And then he came to the realization that no, I'm not going to die until I help my captain find the One Piece and be the strongest swordsman in the world. Until if it has to be, I would become the king of the underworld or something like that. So I think what he meant by that is like, you know what, like we are just pulling our punches at this point, because they weren't trying to fight to win; they were fighting to endure. It was just a endurance battle, and then I'm not sure if it was Roger and Gap who realized that, you know what, this guy is a monster and he's undying at this point. Whatever we do, he just regenerates. So why don't we just make sure that we give it our all? If we die, we die, because if we continue like this, we're going to die anyway. So I think that's what they meant. So how is this going to help? I'm not sure, but I feel like once I read that panel, I was like, you know what, maybe Zoro has got it figured out already. That's why Skopakapan is calling him out like that, because Zoro is the only one that I've seen willing to die in order for him to show or to maybe display the most amount of conqueror's haki that he can. Might be a possibility, I'm not sure. How? Oh, yeah, here's the panel. So it's all about the Mars gap. The Mars, what are you talking about? Armament haki can normally counter devil fruit abilities. And I'm using Conqueror's haki coating to put, so there's no way my attacks aren't doing anything. It's because he's also using Conqueror's haki to guard himself. it's not a surprise we'd cancel each other out. So wait, is this confirmation that Rocks has a devil fruit? Pass. So if we don't overcome that the damage won't go through, so this was just a moment of brilliance from both of the guys. So they just realized that with these months that we really have to put Rocks down right now. The internet is. So I think with Zoro, he's just letting his haki flow. He doesn't turn it off. So I get what you're saying. Yeah, Zoro didn't know anything about haki, or maybe he did, not about Conqueror's haki to say. So it might be possible. It might be really, really possible. So Elbaf is in serious trouble. Apparently, it seems Elbaf is in serious trouble because when it comes to Dori and Brogy, I think we are about to know how terrifying these guys are. I think we are about to find out how terrifying these G's are, because when you think of Dori and Brogy, you're like, those guys are strong, but how strong is Dori and Brogy? And clearly when it comes to Domi Revesi, you just lose yourself and not your abilities to fight, because Rox was still using everything he's got in his arsenal. He was using Conqueror's Koti. He was using everything. So how are they going to deal with how are they going to deal with the mess in Elbaf? Because I really feel like Oda was like, you guys are going to underestimate the threat of Elbaf. You guys don't know the importance of Elbaf. Oda was like, you guys are not just appreciating everything right now. So let me just hit you with reality, which was the God Valley flashback. And it is really surreal because, wow, he did it. Right now, the last thing I want to see is Emo. Shamrock, okay, Shamrock. Let's hope Shamrock is as weak as Figureland. Because considering how powerful Emo is right now, oh my god. Like, we had the strongest characters in One Piece. Like, we had all of our strongest peaks. The OGs. I think we must still get what happened with Harold 14 years ago. Remember, in the old throne room, there was a summoning pentagon, meaning that a god knight appeared on Elbaf and Emu possessed the god knight. Do you think? Oh, and then you find out it's Shamrock, that idiot. I just hope Shamrock is not Emu's vessel in any way. Because if Shamrock is gonna be a problem, watch this. Shamrock is going to be all the problem. Like, he's been to bit, because even the Revolutionary Army, their biggest problem is Shamrock, because Shamrock is Dragon's biggest weakness. Like, Dragon could have just killed Shamrock then and there. You could have just killed the twins yourself. We could have lost Shanks, but yeah, we could have dealt with Shamrock too. But Shamrock is going to be a very, very annoying character. And let's just hope Emu cannot. Like, Shamrock, what the fuck? Like, how did he get into this situation? This situation is not really a very nice one, I have to say. I hope there's a new God's Night. The old ones are trash. I think we might get some of the what you call. I think some of the guys, like, I think Green Bull might end up being a celestial, a god knight. I think Green Bull might be added to one of the soldiers because he has a very strong devil fruit, and the only thing that he lacks is just regeneration. But I think if Green Bull can just get the regeneration and his insane devil fruit, he would be a very, very tough one to deal with. And I feel like we might get a Dome River seed. Who's this? Fujitora. Fujitora is one of the darkest things that's going to be happening with the Marines in the future. Fujitora is quite different. So when it comes to new soldiers, I think Akainu might also get Dome River seed. Sakazuki might be in danger because he really has a problem with the Gorosei and he doesn't know. Oh, he knows about him. Now think about the guess. If new characters are introduced for the God Knights, maybe characters we've never seen. The problem is that we've seen, the problem is that we've seen most of the One Piece world, and I don't think Oda has time to bring in new characters in One Piece as of late, One Piece is a very big story as it is, dog, so him getting to get new characters in the story would be very difficult for Oda, but if it is possible, I think it is something we can agree to. But maybe some God Knights got removed after the God Valley incident, we might get that, but maybe there's something that's out there for the world government. But I think now we've seen most of everything in One Piece. Everything is starting to make sense. Like even the giants of Galilee, everything is making sense at this point. So when it comes to introducing new characters, that would be very hard. It would be even hard for us to care about those characters. I know when it comes to celestial dragons, you don't have to care, so maybe it's possible. I think Dome River Sea is for enemies. There's no point. So Dome River Sea is going to be a very, because don't forget that you have people and the Marines who are not going to be allied with him at the end of the day. I think Kobe will come down to the same situation as Gap and be like, nah, I'm not siding with that. So Imu has less allies than enemies. Imu really has less allies than enemies. Imu doesn't have allies at this point. Let me just put it bluntly. Imu has no allies because it has to be Sakazuki, it has to be Kizaru and Green Bull when it comes to the admirals. I know that Fujitora is not sliding with them, and maybe it's the vice admirals, but I feel like Imu is the type of character to see like the vice admiral are weak. Let me just revisit these guys, so the vice admiral might be in danger too. So, and the funniest thing is that Gap is no longer there to protect the Marines, like he said. So Gap was like, if I'm out of commission and if I leave the pirates, who is going to protect the Marines? But who is going to protect now? Because I'm not sure if Kobe is going to do that. I'm not sure if Kobe is going to be able to deal with him. So anyone who is to protect the Marines, they have to protect them from him. Which is something that Kobe might need to be ready for. So Kobe is going to be a very high prospect. So when it comes to Dome River Sea, you have to understand that all of the sword, maybe they're going to be fighting against the Marines and the chapter, and that would be a insane thing to see. It would be absolutely insane. I have to say. So Dome River Sea is going to be a very, very, and we've only seen one ability from him, is it? Yeah. Okay, it's two shows of abilities. It was the Conqueror's Haki, it was the regeneration and the ability to grab any weapon from the magic book, So Imu has some kind of magic abilities or some devil fruits, I'm not sure. Huh? No, when in exchange.
Nothing.
I know you have something.
I have nothing. I have nothing. Share. Okay.
So it's just going to be an insane showdown when it comes down to God, really. It's going to be insane. So Imu is a master of all types of haki at this point. You know that Imu has insane Maka in. Oh, Gandoga Teddy. Yeah. The scariest thing is that Imo has one of the most insane devil fruits. Imo has one of the most insane haki abilities. So Imo top one in One Piece right now, and like a lot of characters will follow off, I have to say, but I'm sure that the Whitebeard and Kaido situation and Big Mom, it's not even funny. So Imu is going to be the final boss for sure. For sure. Thank you. Imu as the final boss is quite terrifying. So, what to do now? Reaction videos? No, not reaction videos. Chess? No, chess, not chess. Alright, it has carried the stream enough. W poison W. I think Imu is top one of all time. Remember I told you he is recovering from the battle with Joy Boy. Do you think he is recovering? Like how powerful was Joy Boy at this point? Because if Imu is still recovering from that battle itself, that was a very old battle. It happened how long? 800 years ago, 100 years ago, not sure. But Imu is really terrifying. And Imu is just a bizarre topic when it comes to One Piece. If you think about it properly, like Imu is just something that makes us lose time. That's why he has to possess people to do things. Because why doesn't Imu just mobilize himself? Maybe his body couldn't keep up with 800 years, Or maybe he was pushed to the brink of death. Who knows, But whatever it is that Joy Boy did, if it is still affecting him right now, like it has to be in the poneglyphs. Like that's the only way we can not Ifitari, but Imu of House in the Rona. That's the only way to deal with Imu. Like the only certain way to, I think Joe Boy mastered Gear 5 and he is the strongest haki user of all time. So if like Joy Boy mastered Gear 5 and haki, tell me how does one lose to Imo again? Because which devil fruit is more insane? Or maybe it was the fact that Imo had regeneration, the fact that Imo won. Maybe it was the immortality surgery, or maybe it was the God Knight, But there was something that nerfed Joy Boy. But Imo is a very serious threat. And the fact that Imo has the Mother Flame, it doesn't make anything better. Because the most insane thing is that Imo can use the ancient weapon whilst Imo is there because he will regenerate. It's like how Satan ordered a plastic call and then he was like, we will stay here, me and Kizaru, because Kizaru is a Logia user. and I will just regenerate. So just bombard everything, we will be fine. The people who are in danger are destroyed. So Imu, and I think it's insane. But Luffy has mastered all types of haki too, Luffy has mastered all types of haki. I'm not sure what's left for Luffy. With Gear 5, I think Joy Boy can jump off panels and do real cartoon stuff. Turn on Tom and Jerry and fight. And right now, Joy Boy was doing all of those things. Compared to Luffy doesn't know what his fruit is capable of. Yeah. But I feel like Luffy just gets it. I don't think Luffy is completely clueless about Gear 5. He just gets it. But the problem is that he hasn't been in some situations with the devil fruit where he needs to maybe do something busted, But I feel like if you give Luffy a certain situation, he will always do some crazy stuff. But when it comes to full-on cartoon stuff, I think like Luffy is already there because he doesn't run anymore. He just spins around. Luffy floats in the air. As to why Luffy does things like that, no one will answer it. I know people will be like he's skywalking and all that, but Luffy has no right to be walking in the air like that. So when it comes to the Gear 5, I feel like Luffy is there already. So will we see a Shadow Clone Luffy? It is possible because we know that Luffy admires ninjas way too much. So maybe we'll see a time where Gear 5 splits into two. It might be totally possible, but it doesn't make sense, I know. But we might see the imagination aspect, Joy Boy is far ahead of Luffy. I think about the things you see on the cartoons. Does Luffy do things on cartoon level? Yeah, so far we've seen Luffy do things on cartoon levels. Like, Luffy is no longer a 3D dimensional character now. Luffy is on 4D count. We've seen Luffy do more terrifying things than most cartoon characters at this point, When you look at how Luffy just runs in Gear 5, classic cartoons, So I feel like the most things that we haven't seen is Luffy using a weapon, Luffy using different kinds of things. But we cannot compare our boy to Joy Boy because we know nothing about Joy Boy as of yet. We know nothing about David. Like, things that have gotten more and more depressing. We don't know about Davy. We don't know about Ganko. We don't know about Joy Boy. What do we know at this point? Do we even know what the One Piece is? It's crazy. It is really crazy. So I really would like to get a flashback about Mary Joyce. How was Mary Joyce built? How did Mary Joyce come to be? I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying. For example, the cartoon Courage, the car, the dog. Courage the dog ate the sun out of the sky. To me, that's really Toon Force. I think that's what Joy Boy, that's what Joy Boy was doing against him. That would be insane. Eating the sun. Nah. That would be like using the sea to form something, a weapon, or using the sea to attack people. So I really feel like it's just that the scope of his abilities has broadened. So if there's anything you would like to see, it is coming. But I don't think he will be crawling out of panels like you were saying before. I don't think Oda will take it that far. You cannot have a character crawl out of panels because next thing you know, people will be comparing him to other anime characters, and it will just break all the laws of anime. So I think Oda will just stay in within the aspects of anime for some sanity, you know. But I think Luffy will start talking more to the camera and to the voice of all things. You know, but when it comes to Twin Force, I really don't wanna see like things I've seen before, you know, but I really wanna see Oda do some new things when it comes to Cotton Force, you know, to the Twin Force. I really would like to see something I've never seen from Bugs Bunny, something I've never seen from Tom and Jerry, and all those other kinds, the Pink Panther, you know. I just would like to see Emu or Oda coming with new aspects of all of this. It would be really fun, you know. But like, I feel like we are just focused more on Luffy when it comes to Gear 5, and we forget about Bonnie. We still have Bonnie as the pseudo Nika, which I think that is something. It is something, boys. We have to agree. Like seeing Bonnie Chan like that, it has to count for something. Even though we won't get that much of Bonnie being Gear 5, I'm sure of it, but Gear 5 has to be fair enough, but I'll think for what Im can do, it would be crazy to see. W poison. No stress, no stress poison. Thank you for showing up like usual. W poison. So the Queen's Gambit now. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a quick reaction video and then bounce to thank you for Emoyinithon. And I think I saw Oratile sub on Sonovia's stream. I'm not sure if it was you or it was another Oratile. But they can't be that many Oratile in other
My prayers, oh Lord.
What's happening?
Henny from the hood. Yeah, this is a hood Henny right here.
There's still more, my boy.
Name on the line. One shot. Who would you rather have taking it? Iggy or Curry?
Of everyone on Golden.
Nah, fuck. I'm bouncing. Sorry. Maybe some other time poison. Maybe some other time. I think I'm going to play some chess and then bounce. It will be some chess and then I'll be out. That was a really tough game. Had me doubting myself a bit. Like, oh my god. That was a really, really good game. It sounds like I have a game review, but let me just use it for reviewing the game, you know. Let me just show you guys the review. But that was a crazy game.
Not a tactic to grow your lead into a win.
Oh, I had blundered myself. Game rating is 550. No.
You have many strong responses after your opponent plays e4.
Okay, obviously, just mirror this text.
A strong response to e4 that I recommend always feels nice. You are now able. This is the way to win material. You are threatening. Nice eye. You found a tactic to grow your. Nice eye. You found a tactic to grow your lead into a win.
That is way too loud. That is way too loud. Okay. So, yeah.
You have a strong response to e4 that I recommend for players of all skill levels. A risky move that gives you a chance to strike the center. This move activates your knight to strengthen control over the center. They are threatening to checkmate the king. This blocks an attack on your pawn. They missed a better way to develop a knight and attack the center. You attack a queen, winning a tempo when it moves away, moving their threatened queen to safety. You are bringing your bishop into play, eyeing the central squares. This move prepares for their bishop to join the action. You had a chance to play something better. They missed a better way to offer an equal trade of pieces. You missed a better way to prepare a bishop for development. They exchange pieces of equal value. You take back. Their better move was to move a knight to safety. You get a chance. Your best move was to force moving the knight to a passive square. You allowed the opponent to kick a bishop. Your opponent blocked the attack on their queen, keeping it. Your opponent will lose material if you find the right moves. Their best option was to castle to the same side as the opponent. You are now able. You had an opportunity to win material through a tactic.
I had to sacrifice. Oh my god, that's so bad.
They are threatening to tactically win a knight. You're going to end up losing a bishop. They found a way to win material. Good job, that's what I would have played too. A clear recapture. You lost control of the equal position and now you are worse. They took your pawn for free. Nice, definitely the right move. Their better move was to move a bishop to safety. A logical capture. Takes back. With that pin, you will win material. This move gives you the opportunity to win their knight. You captured a free knight. They are threatening to win a bishop by trapping a piece. You allowed the opponent to win a bishop by trapping a piece. You had an opportunity to eventually win material. They missed a chance to win a bishop by trapping a piece.
Oh.
This isn't a mistake, but there was something better for you. You are now able to eventually win a pawn. You had an opportunity to eventually win a pawn. You are now able to eventually win material. This is the way to win material. You are threatening to checkmate the king. You are now able to checkmate the king. Always feels nice to win. Always feels nice to win.
Okay, so I was just playing against someone who's trash. What's your ELO? My ELO is about 400 and something. It's 403. It's 403, I think. I'm not sure. And it had to be just a few games of chess, and then I can call it a day, you know. That was an ass game.
Hello.
Fuck, I sold this game really bad. After winning the queen and all that. bullshit. That was an ass game. Oh my god.
Mama.
Oh my god. Hi mate, I'm well poison. How are you finish? No. How are you, my G? My god. I'm so ass when it comes to chess sometimes. Oh my god. Now that's a very strange opening. Why would anyone play like that, mate? But I should be careful as what he's planning to do. Oh my god. Oh my god, I have absolutely no fucking moves. Oh, that was anti-climatic. I have to say. But if you're new to the chat, please like, subscribe. Show this to someone who's important to you. You know, there's a lot of things you can do to show support. You know, there's a fucking lot of things you need to do, but you can do to show some support at some point. Okay, let me just go for the last game. But like, I really hate the performance that I'm on. I straight up lost way too many games in a row. Way too many games in a row. Okay. Ngavele ngabo uthando inhliziyo ishaya mahululu. 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 Inhliziyo ishaya mahululu. Ngavele ngabo uthando inhliziyo ishaya mahululu. Ngavele ngabona uthando inhliziyo ishaya mahululu. Why am I in such a fucking bad situation? I can take but okay, it's fine. Ngavele ngabona uthando No! Oh! Hey! Yes, yes. It's been one blunder after another. Oh. I'm going to lose this game because of some bullshit. Okay, so he doesn't wanna trade, right? It's fine. Doesn't wanna trade. That's cool.
Hey, mina ke kimi uzosifana ngecele angiwele. Angiwele mase acedile akushibela la abeka. Ngoba ngibabeka phezulu. Wali mo stream manje ajina mhlakhe. Yeah, ala ngisake. Mara ngisake kuyabeka. Bese ngifunde ngapha la abheke khona kanti emshiye na. Sekakhohliwe. So manje sokuthi angavule namele phela isikhathi masekazudanga ukekho masilo sovula mele nasekusebenziswa nini najikisana enze so hayi kunamuntu athi akunamuntu bese Yo, but that's Kogi. Yeah, that's you. Look at my girl. Wow, this is beautiful. Tell me that's nice. Sorry, it's a gift. That is something I no go. That is something no. It's like yo, sorry, it's the gift for my girl. That's black business. This is something new. Those first. So let me be okay, you know. And it's very comfortable and good quality. Girl, girl. Well, last time I did tell her, I call like twice. Like, I mean, well, why? Yeah, yeah, it's cool. Right. Well, and so why? Yeah, one Baba. All these years, I don't know. Lalala. I spend one part in the time. Yeah. How? What is it? I don't know. Oh, shy. Yeah. The way I think the record, like they want put out a book, they want to spend them but they want to show me. Hey, no, I say that. Yo, I will Google because I know you really shop. Oh, okay. I will bring you to everybody. That's the problem. I don't know. I let it go. Quite hard. Of course, there is
So the shocking truth about my return on YouTube. This guy is just flagging me at this point. This man just needs to move a pawn. Or is he consulting Stockfish? Yeah, he is. I'm sure that was a Stockfish recommended move. Please come man. Oh, shit, I got the bus today. Like, we never have a share of really stand. That's the house of man. You stand in that.
Uthemba upheka kamnandi ukwazi ukupheka mama washo uthembeka washo manje namhlanje noma sesihleli manje nje lapho khona lapho mnandi uzocela ukuba wasinye imali so I think that so I was hoping they want so sometimes I think that yeah. Being a good friend is being a like screen, they can screen. Like doing you was like I was your one so now I like you could like and she started and they all the more about
Who's there? It was a whole lot of bullshit. I have to say, streaming is not as big as I thought. Yebo, chicha. Okay, ngiyabonga. Very good.